Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Today I've decided to draw some inspiration from Kat's channel. I saw that she did a video about 10 things you don't know about me. I thought to myself, I haven't done a video like that and I don't usually do a lot of talking videos. So this would be a pretty easy one to start with. Since I haven't been a social media profile for that long, I think there's a lot of stuff that you don't actually know about me. And I could probably come up with 2 lists like this, but that could be a future thing. We're gonna start with 10 things that you don't know about me. I am afraid of spiders, and you might know this from a video in the past. I don't know if I mentioned this, but what I'm even more afraid of in the insect world are bees. Or wasps, rather. In Swedish summers we tend to have a lot of wasps. Some summers are worse than others, but I cannot sit down and have a meal if there's a wasp nearby. I cannot relax. I get super stressed out. I just want to take my meal, get out of there. Or if there's a bee or a wasp swirling around me, I just get super stressed and I cannot relax when one of them are close by, because they have a habit of stinging me. I think last summer I actually didn't get stung, but every summer before that I've gotten stung at least once. Yeah, I just hate them. They only want to do me harm. Second thing you don't know about me is that I'm quite interested in American politics. I read a lot about it and I watch a lot of political talk shows. Some examples of the stuff I watch is mostly liberal talk shows, such as Bill Maher, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. I also watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I find it quite interesting and fun to watch these comedy talk shows that mix in a bit of humor in their news. Also, I still find it professional, especially shows like John Oliver's show, since they take their research very seriously and they do it really well. Third point is that I've watched a lot of animes during my years, and I still do. I also read and have read a bunch of mangas. Some animes that I'm following right now is One Punch Man and Attack on Titan. Fourth, I don't like any food from the sea. I don't like fish. I don't like shellfish. We even have a season in Sweden that we call kräft season. In Swedish, kräfta means crawfish. We have freshwater crawfish. A lot of people in Sweden like crawfish. We have a thing called kräftskiva, which is a crawfish party. Everyone usually have their crawfish party in the same period of the year, every year. People that get together, drink a lot of alcohol, have silly hats, sing silly songs, and and eat a lot of crawfish. Sounds like we're a bunch of psychopaths in this country, but yeah. Fish and shellfish pretty much cover everything.
Whales.
I don't eat whales either. I don't eat dolphins. I don't eat plankton. I don't like clams. Yeah, I don't like anything from the sea.
Oysters.
I guess I like water. Fifth thing is that I didn't used to like beer until about 2 years ago or something. I did not like beer when me and Kat met, and it's not because of her I've started drinking beer. I don't know what changed. I always wanted to like beer. I guess it's an acquired taste. I didn't like beer up until like 2 years ago. Now I really enjoy beer. I'm not an alcoholic, don't worry guys. I really enjoy beer. I do not yet like whiskey or cognac. It seems like a fun hobby to have. To share a glass of whiskey with a friend, for example, is a nice thing. Why do you laugh?
I wouldn't say that drinking alcohol is a hobby.
It's not alcohol, it's whiskey.
Oh, stupid me.
Yeah, stupid you. Look at PewDiePie, he has it as a hobby. He is a whiskey enthusiast. I really enjoy his videos about whiskey, even though I don't drink it myself. So yeah, that's that. That's not gonna be in the video. Sixth thing is that Kat does almost all of my thumbnails. She does all of the lighting, camera setups, and stuff like that. Everything that's not a vlog, she usually helps me to set up so that I have the right lighting, sound, camera angles, backgrounds, and stuff like that. Because she has a better eye for it than I do. If I were to set it up, she would come by and say, like,
are you gonna film with that background? Are you gonna, like, that lighting, really? Your sound sounds like a dirt bag?
Or stuff like that. If I did it, it would not reach her standard, and her standards is higher than mine, which is good, because then I do better videos. She has helped me with that a lot and still does, so I guess she'll just have to continue doing that if she wants me to produce good content. Seventh thing is that the lyrics I write for my music and always have written tend to rhyme. I like to write my lyrics so that they rhyme. I don't listen to music where the lyrics always rhyme, but for me it's always been a thing. I think it's really cool, maybe not cool. I think it's nice to rhyme lyrics in a smart way, not like that you force it to be rhymed. Of course not every line of the song is gonna rhyme, but the majority of all of my lyrics do rhyme. And I rhyme them in different ways. There's different ways, like there's a certain structure of a poem, for example. There's different ways you can write a poem. I follow different structures that are very much poem-like when I write lyrics. If you want more information on something like this, I would gladly make a video of it, because this is a big passion of mine and I take lyric writing very seriously. Also, I can add that I have written all of my lyrics myself all through my musical career. Not that I wouldn't sing or do anyone else's lyric, it's just I always take upon myself to do it. My lyrics also tend to be about stuff that has a shock factor to it. So as I said, if you're interested, I can make a video about it, but also you can go and check one of the lyrics out just to see what I mean. Maybe I should do like a lyric breakdown video where I go through one of the lyrics I've written, for example. In my links below you can find our music, and there will also be the lyrics for the songs. Eighth thing, I once had a car that had 1 million problems. This was my first car. It was probably the worst purchase I've done in my life. This car, it's not a new car, it's an old car of course, but the problem with this car is that it had so many wrongs with it that didn't show when you just test drove it and when you checked it out on a like basic level. I'm not a car enthusiast, so I don't know a lot about cars, but when we went to buy it or look at it, it didn't seem to have any problems to me. But these problems then arose in time. During the time I had this car, there was only more and more things that went wrong with it. There were like cracks all around the body of the car because the lower part of the body was made of plastic. Cold Swedish winters, plastic tend to not hold up that great. So there were like cracks. There were tape with duct tape in several places on the car, which looked terrible. Also, the trunk couldn't open. If you wanted to open the trunk, because we used this car to go around with the band and play a lot, but we had to pack it filled with stuff, a lot of like amps and stuff like that. It took a lot of space. So if you wanted to open the trunk of the car, you had to crawl through the back seat into the trunk and then flip a switch where you have to put your hand down, open the lock from inside. It was really complicated and really stupid. The ignition stopped working, so what we had to do was to pull out the whole ignition cable. For like half a year or maybe even a year straight, I start the car with the screwdriver through this ignition cord. The car always had problems like and wouldn't want to start. It was very common for us to have some people push the car and then you like jump into gear and just start it that way instead of because the ignition was fucked. That's just like some of the problems with the car. So that was not a great purchase. I think we sold it for a 20th of the price that we gave for it. We could have scrapped it because like, yeah, it gave us nothing. Ninth thing, my favorite TV show of all time, Hannibal. I really enjoy this show. It's very morbid and dark, and that's kind of the type of shows that I really enjoy. And there's like a lot of thinking, like smart decision making from the characters, and a lot of mind games going on. That together with it being so dark and so morbid, yeah, I just really liked it. It's super good. And the 10th and last thing that you did not know about me is that I'm a Nintendo 64 Super Smash Bros. Master. And I've never been beaten, and I will never be beaten in that game. And then you might say that, well, there's a professional scene. I don't think there is a professional scene for Nintendo 64 anymore. And if I were to participate in a contest like that, I would probably lose, but I'm not gonna take that chance. I'm just gonna tell you that if you beat me at Nintendo 64 Smash Bros, then I give you the keys to the house.
No, you won't.
Here you go, keys to the house.
Why would they want the keys to the house?
I don't know, what am I gonna give them then?
Honor?
Honor? Here's my honor. Name your price and I'll give it to you.
Name Rascal's brother after you.
If you beat me in Super Smash Bros, I will name Rascal's brother after you.
Or your firstborn.
Yeah. Or our firstborn child. But since no one beats me, I guess that won't happen. So that's the 10 things you don't know about me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this type of video. I've decided that I'm gonna try and do more like talking videos, but I do need subjects to talk about. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like me to talk about, you can state them below. Also, if you have any questions about the stuff that I've mentioned, you can also post them below. Finally, I just want to wish you a funny fucking day.